Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The English Globe. I hope you all are well. Today, we have a very interesting and useful topic for you. We are going to talk about goals. Yes, the things we want to achieve in life. But we are not just talking about any goals. We are going to explore two very different types: SMART goals and deep goals. Have you heard about them before? If not, don't worry. We will explain everything slowly and clearly.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here again. Thank you, Adam, for inviting me. This topic is so important, especially for English learners. We all want to improve in life. Maybe you want to speak English fluently, or maybe you want to get a better job, travel the world, or just feel more confident. But how can you reach these dreams? That's where SMART goals and deep goals can really help you. So let's take this journey together.
That's right, Julia. Goals give us direction. They help us stay focused and motivated. But not all goals are the same. Some are very clear and simple. Others are more emotional and meaningful. Today, we will talk about the difference between SMART goals and deep goals. We will also help you understand which type of goal works best for your English learning and your life in general. So, make sure to listen carefully and take notes if you want to.
Yes, and don't worry if your English is not perfect. We will speak slowly, use basic words, and explain everything clearly. This podcast is for beginners, so you don't need to understand every word. Just relax, enjoy, and try to follow along. And remember, listening to long conversations like this is a great way to improve your listening skills, your vocabulary, and your confidence. So, you're already doing a great job just by being here.
Exactly. In this podcast, we will start by explaining what SMART goals are. Then we will talk about deep goals. After that, we will compare the two and help you see which one fits your needs. We will also share some personal stories, give you easy tips for setting goals, and help you avoid common mistakes. So, you are going to learn a lot today. This is more than just a lesson. It's a full journey of learning and self-improvement.
And remember, setting goals is not just about writing something down on paper. It's about changing how you think. It's about becoming the person you want to be. Whether you want to speak English better, live a healthier life, or be more confident, the way you set your goals really matters. So stay with us, because this could be the start of something amazing for you.
All right, are you ready to begin? Let's dive into the world of goals. Let's first understand what SMART goals are and how they can help you. And later, we'll talk about deep goals, goals that come from the heart. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's start this exciting and important conversation. Let's begin by talking about SMART goals. The word SMART is actually an acronym. Each letter stands for a different word. S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for relevant, and T is for time-bound. These 5 parts help you create a goal that is clear, focused, and realistic. When a goal has all these elements, it's easier to follow and complete. It becomes more like a plan instead of just a dream or a wish.
That's right, Adam. Let's talk about the first letter. S for specific. This means your goal should be clear and detailed. Don't just say, I want to learn English. That's too general. Instead, say something like, I want to learn 20 new English words every week. This is specific. You know exactly what you want to do. When your goal is specific, your brain understands it better, and you can take action more easily. It gives you a clear target to focus on.
Now the second letter, M for measurable. This means you should be able to check your progress. Ask yourself, how will I know that I'm getting better? If your goal is to learn 20 new words, then after 1 week, you can test yourself to see if you really remember them. When your goal is measurable, it keeps you motivated. You can celebrate your progress, even if it's small. And when you see results, you'll want to keep going and do even more.
The third letter is A for achievable. This means your goal should be something you can actually do. If your goal is too big or too difficult, you may feel frustrated or give up. Let's say you just started learning English. It might not be realistic to say, I want to speak English like a native speaker in 1 month. That's too hard and too fast. Instead, set a goal like, I want to practice English for 15 minutes every day. That is small, simple, and achievable.
Great point, Julia. Now let's move to R, relevant. This means your goal should be important and meaningful to you. It should match your personal interests and needs. For example, if you want to travel, learning English for communication is very relevant. But if your goal has no connection to your real life, it may feel boring or useless. So always ask yourself, why do I want to do this? A relevant goal connects your learning with your dreams and values.
And finally, the T stands for time-bound. This means your goal should have a deadline or a time limit. Without time, a goal can go on forever and never get done. Saying, I want to learn 100 words is okay, but saying, I want to learn 100 words in 4 weeks is much better. It helps you manage your time, track your progress, and stay focused. When you give your goal a time limit, it feels more real and more urgent. It pushes you to take action now.
So, when you put all of these together, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, you get a SMART goal. Let me give you a full example. I want to learn 100 new English words in 4 weeks by studying 25 words each week and reviewing them every weekend. This goal is clear, measurable, realistic, important, and has a time frame. It's not just a dream anymore. It's a real plan that you can follow and achieve step by step.
Yes, and the best thing about SMART goals is that they keep you organized. They help you focus on one thing at a time. Instead of feeling lost or confused, you know exactly what to do next. This is especially helpful for beginner English learners. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you are learning a new language. But when you have a SMART goal, everything feels more simple, more possible, and more under control. That's why SMART goals are so popular.
Many students ask, what's the first step in learning English? I always say, set a SMART goal. It gives you direction, it gives you purpose, and it helps you track your progress. You don't have to be perfect. You just need a clear path. And that's what SMART goals are all about. Even one small SMART goal can lead to big changes over time. Remember, small steps done every day are better than big steps taken once a year. That's how progress happens.
Exactly, Adam. So now that you understand what SMART goals are and how they work, we're going to move to the next part of the conversation. In the next section, we'll talk about deep goals. Goals that come from inside your heart and are deeply connected to who you are. These goals are different from SMART goals, but they are also very powerful. Stay with us, and we'll explain everything step by step in a very simple way.
Now that we've learned about SMART goals and how they help us stay organized, let's talk about something a little deeper: deep goals. A deep goal is not just about completing a task or reaching a small target. It's about something much bigger. Deep goals are connected to your identity, your emotions, and your values. They are goals that matter to you on a personal level. These goals are often harder to measure, but they give you strong motivation from within.
Yes, deep goals are like the roots of a tree. They go down deep into your heart and your mind. For example, a deep goal could be something like, I want to speak English fluently so I can feel confident when I travel. Or, I want to learn English because I dream of studying abroad and building a new life. These goals are not just about numbers or deadlines. They are about your dreams, your purpose, and your future. They give you energy to keep going.
A deep goal often takes longer to reach, but it's also more powerful. It can give you strength during difficult times. Imagine you are feeling tired or discouraged. If you only have a SMART goal, like learn 10 words today, you might give up. But if you remember your deep goal, like your dream of becoming a teacher or moving to another country, you will find a reason to continue. Deep goals remind you why you started your journey in the first place.
That's so true, Adam. Deep goals are emotional. They connect with your feelings. Sometimes people cry when they talk about their deep goals because they are so important. That's okay. It means the goal is real and meaningful. When a goal touches your heart, it becomes part of your life. It's not just something you want to do. It's something you need to do because it matters to your future, your family, your happiness, and your identity.
Let me give you an example. Imagine a woman who wants to learn English. Her SMART goal is to learn 20 new phrases every week. But her deep goal is to talk with her son, who now lives in Canada and speaks English. Every time she feels tired, she thinks about her son, and she keeps going. That deep goal gives her power. It's personal. It's emotional. And even when things are hard, she doesn't stop. That's what makes deep goals so strong.
Exactly. Another example could be a young man who wants to learn English because he dreams of working in international business. That is his deep goal. It gives him a big reason to learn every day. He may not always follow a perfect SMART plan, but he keeps moving forward because his dream is big and important. A deep goal gives you a vision of your future. It helps you see the person you want to become. It's like your compass in life.
Now you may be wondering, can I have both a SMART goal and a deep goal? The answer is yes. In fact, that is the best combination. A deep goal gives you purpose, and a SMART goal gives you structure. The deep goal is the dream. The SMART goal is the plan to get there. When you use both together, you have the heart and the strategy. You know where you're going, and you know how to get there. That's a very strong way to live and learn.
I love that idea, Adam. Let's say your deep goal is to speak English confidently at your job. That's your big dream. Then your SMART goal could be practice speaking for 15 minutes every day with a friend or language partner. Now, each small step brings you closer to your big dream. And even when you feel tired, your deep goal will remind you why it's important to keep going. The combination of both goals creates a strong foundation for success.
Deep goals can also help you when life changes. Sometimes we face problems, stress, or failure. SMART goals might need to change in those moments. But a deep goal stays with you. It helps you start again. It keeps you going, even when you need to take a break. That's why we always tell our students, don't just think about what you want to do. Think about why you want to do it. The why is your deep goal, and it will guide you through every challenge.
So, dear listeners, take a moment to think about your deep goals. Why are you learning English? Is it for your family, your career, your personal growth? Is it because you want to feel proud when you speak? Whatever your reason is, hold it close to your heart. Write it down. Talk about it. Share it with someone. A deep goal is a powerful tool. It keeps your passion alive, even when things are difficult. And with that passion, you can achieve great things.
That's a beautiful message, Julia. So now we've talked about both types of goals, SMART goals and deep goals. They are very different, but they are also connected. In the next section, we will compare them side by side. We'll help you understand the key differences and when to use each one. So, stay with us and keep listening. This is a very important part of your English learning journey, and we are so happy to be on this journey with you. All right, everyone. Now that we've talked about what SMART goals are and what deep goals are, it's time to look at how they are different and when you should use each one. This is a very important part of our discussion. Many students ask, should I focus only on SMART goals? Or are deep goals better for motivation? And the answer isn't simple. It depends on what stage you are in and what you are trying to achieve in your English learning journey. So let's break it down together in a clear and simple way.
Let's begin with the basics. SMART goals are usually short-term and practical. They help you organize your time, measure your progress, and stay on track with your studies. For example, if you say, I will learn 30 new English phrases in the next 2 weeks, you know exactly what to do. You have a clear plan and a time limit. This kind of goal is very useful when you need structure and discipline. It's like following a recipe in the kitchen. You know all the steps and the time needed to finish.
Exactly, Julia. SMART goals are especially helpful for building habits. If you are trying to build a routine, like studying English every day or practicing speaking with a friend every weekend, SMART goals help you stay consistent. They also make your progress visible. When you achieve a small goal, you feel good. You feel proud. This feeling pushes you to keep going. That's why SMART goals are often used by teachers, coaches, and language learners. They make learning feel manageable.
Now let's compare that with deep goals. Deep goals are not always clear or easy to measure, but they are very powerful. A deep goal is about your deeper motivation. It's about your future, your dreams, and your identity. For example, if you say, "I want to learn English so I can build a better life," that is a deep goal. You may not have a clear deadline, but the meaning behind that goal is very strong. It pushes you to keep learning, even when you face challenges.
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing about deep goals. They give you emotional strength. When you feel tired, when life gets busy, or when you feel like giving up, your deep goal reminds you why you started. It helps you keep your vision. It's like looking at the stars on a dark night. They guide you. While SMART goals help you with steps and structure, deep goals help you with purpose and meaning. Both are important, but they help you in different ways.
Let's take an example. Imagine a woman named Amina. She is learning English because she wants to get a better job. That's her deep goal. But she also needs a plan to get there. So, she sets a SMART goal. I will study English grammar for 30 minutes every morning for the next month. This small SMART goal helps her move closer to her big, deep goal. When she feels tired or bored, she remembers her dream of getting a better job, and it gives her the energy to continue.
That's a great example. Now let's think about another student, maybe a young man named Daniel. His deep goal is to move to another country and start a new life. He wants to feel confident speaking English in everyday life. That's a big and emotional goal. But to reach that, he creates a SMART goal. I will watch one English movie every week and write down 20 new phrases. Again, the SMART goal helps him stay active and disciplined, but the deep goal keeps him emotionally connected.
So here's an important lesson. SMART goals and deep goals are not in competition. They are not enemies. In fact, they work best when you use them together. You can think of it like this. The deep goal is the big picture, the dream, the vision. The SMART goal is the small steps you take each day to get closer to that dream. Without a deep goal, you may lose motivation. Without a SMART goal, you may lose direction. But with both, you have balance.
Many students feel confused or lost because they only focus on one type of goal. Some only make SMART goals, like, I will study 10 words today, but they forget the deeper reason behind their learning. They don't feel inspired. Others only focus on deep goals, like I want to become fluent, but they have no clear plan. They get stuck and don't know where to start. That's why it's important to use both. The structure of SMART goals and the emotion of deep goals.
That's true. Let's go a little deeper into how you can use both in your own English learning. First, start by asking yourself, why am I learning English? This question helps you find your deep goal. Maybe it's to travel, to study abroad, to make friends, or to get a job. Write that reason down. Keep it somewhere you can see it every day. Then ask yourself, what small steps can I take this week? This question helps you make SMART goals that guide your daily actions.
Let me give you a simple exercise. Take a piece of paper and make 2 columns. On one side, write your deep goal, your big reason for learning English. On the other side, write 3 SMART goals you can do this week that bring you closer to that deep goal. For example, your deep goal might be, I want to speak English fluently to help my children with school. Your SMART goals might be 1. Watch an English video every day. 2. Learn 10 new words from each video. 3. Practice speaking with a friend on Saturday.
That's a powerful tool, Adam. And it's simple enough for beginner students. Sometimes people think goal setting is only for professionals or for business people, but it's not. It's for everyone. When you are learning something new, especially a language, you need goals. Goals give you focus, motivation, and confidence. And when your goals come from both your mind, SMART goals, and your heart, deep goals, you become unstoppable.
Another thing to remember is that goals can change. Life is always moving. Maybe your deep goal will grow. Maybe you'll discover a new dream. That's okay. Just remember to keep updating your SMART goals to match your new direction. Be flexible, be patient with yourself, and always stay connected to your deeper reason. Learning English is not a race. It's a journey, and every small step counts. Celebrate your progress and keep going.
So, to summarize this section, SMART goals help you stay organized and focused. They are clear, simple, and short-term. Deep goals help you stay motivated and inspired. They are emotional, personal, and long-term. You need both. Use SMART goals to manage your time and build habits. Use deep goals to stay strong when life gets hard. And when you use both together, you create a powerful learning system that supports you in every part of your English journey.
That's such an important message, Julia. If you're listening right now, we want you to think about your goals. What is your deep goal? What small SMART goals can you set this week? Take some time after this episode to write your answers down. Talk about them with a friend, or even share them in the comments on our YouTube channel. We would love to hear about your journey. Remember, you are not alone. Every English learner has a goal, and every goal starts with one small step.
Thank you for staying with us for this long and important discussion. In the next section of our podcast, we'll be giving you real-life examples from English learners around the world. People just like you, who are using SMART goals and deep goals to change their lives. These stories will inspire you, and they will also show you that you can do it too. Stay tuned, and let's keep learning together. You've got this.
Welcome back, everyone. In this section of the podcast, we want to share with you some real-life stories from English learners around the world. These are people just like you, beginners, students, workers, parents, who made progress not because they were perfect, but because they had strong goals and stayed consistent. You'll see how they used both SMART goals and deep goals in different ways to succeed. So, let's begin with the first story.
Let's talk about Maria. She's a 34-year-old mother from Brazil who had a big dream of becoming a flight attendant. Her deep goal was to travel the world and support her family by working in international airlines. But to do that, she needed strong English speaking skills. In the beginning, Maria felt overwhelmed. She had 2 children, a job, and very little time. But she didn't give up. She wrote her deep goal on a sticky note and placed it on her mirror. I want to fly and speak with confidence.
Then Maria created her SMART goals. She said, I will practice English listening for 15 minutes every night after putting my kids to bed. She also said, I will learn 10 new aviation-related English words each week and review them every Sunday. These were small and clear goals. They gave her structure. Even when she was tired, she looked at that sticky note and reminded herself why she started. Her deep goal gave her energy, and her SMART goals gave her daily direction.
After 6 months, Maria noticed big changes. She could understand airport announcements better. She started speaking more confidently with tourists who visited her hometown. And she finally applied to a flight training program. She didn't reach her final goal yet, but she was getting closer every day. She said something powerful. My SMART goals helped me walk forward. My deep goal helped me stay strong when the road was difficult. What a beautiful way to describe it, right?
Now let's hear about Amir, a university student from Egypt. Amir's deep goal was to study abroad in Canada. He wanted to learn from international professors and experience life in a different culture. His biggest challenge was speaking English fluently. He understood grammar but didn't feel confident in conversations. So, Amir did something smart. He created weekly SMART goals focused only on speaking. For example, I will join 2 English-speaking clubs this month, and I will practice talking to myself in English for 10 minutes every morning.
At first, Amir felt shy. He said he was afraid people would laugh at his accent or mistakes, but he kept reminding himself of his deep goal. He wanted to sit in a Canadian classroom and understand everything. That image pushed him forward. He started recording his own voice and listening to it. He practiced with language exchange apps. Slowly, he became more comfortable. After 9 months, he gave a short speech in English at his university and received loud applause.
That's inspiring. Now let's hear about someone older, Mr. Tanaka, a retired teacher from Japan. He's 67 years old. His deep goal was to speak English so he could travel the world with his wife. He said, "I have worked hard my whole life. Now I want to enjoy life and meet people from different countries." He started learning English from scratch. He said the first few weeks were hard. He didn't understand English movies. He forgot words quickly, but he never gave up.
Mr. Tanaka used SMART goals to stay organized. He created a simple weekly plan: Monday for vocabulary, Tuesday for listening, Wednesday for grammar, Thursday for reading news, and Friday for conversation practice online. He wrote everything in a notebook. Every time he completed a goal, he put a green check mark. That small action gave him joy. It made him feel like he was building something real. After 1 year, he and his wife went to New Zealand, and he ordered food, asked for directions, and even made small talk with locals.
Let's not forget young learners too. Meet Aisha, a 14-year-old student from Pakistan. Her deep goal was to become a writer and share her stories in English with the world. She loved writing in Urdu, but wanted to express her thoughts to a global audience. Her SMART goal was, "I will write 1 short English story every weekend." She also made a goal to learn 5 new storytelling words each week. At first, her grammar wasn't perfect, but she didn't let that stop her.
Aisha said something amazing. She said, "I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Every story I write in English is 1 step closer to my dream." After 6 months, she started sharing her stories online. People from different countries read her stories and left kind comments. She felt so happy. She said, "I believe in my dream now, not just in my mind, but in my heart." That is the power of deep goals combined with SMART goals. They build your skills and your belief at the same time.
Let's also share the story of Karim from Morocco. He was preparing for the Ielts test to study in the UK. His deep goal was simple: "I want to create a better future for myself and my family." Karim had failed the Ielts once before, and it hurt his confidence. But he decided to try again with a better system. He created SMART goals for every skill: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. For example, I will write 1 essay every Tuesday and ask my teacher for feedback.
Karim also joined a small study group online. Every Sunday, they met for 1 hour and discussed one Ielts topic. He said this group gave him motivation. When he felt tired, he remembered that others were also working hard, and most importantly, he kept his deep goal close to his heart. He wrote it on the first page of his notebook: "I want to study abroad, to change my life." After 8 months of focused study, Karim passed the Ielts with a high score. He cried tears of joy.
As you can see, friends, all of these people had different lives, different ages, and different situations. But they all had 2 things in common: a deep goal that touched their heart, and SMART goals that guided their actions. That combination made a big difference. It helped them stay on the path, even when the road was hard. It helped them build habits, stay motivated, and celebrate every small win along the way.
We hope these stories inspired you. And more importantly, we hope they made you believe in your own story. You can do this. You can reach your goals. Whether your dream is to travel, work, study, or connect with new people, you have the power to make it real. Start with a deep goal. Then build smart goals around it. Take action every day. Be patient. Be proud of your progress. And don't forget, every English learner started as a beginner, just like you.
In the next section of this podcast, we're going to give you practical tips on how to create your own deep and smart goals. We'll guide you step by step. So don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. You're doing great. Let's keep learning together. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the English Globe. If you've stayed with us through this episode so far, you've already learned what SMART goals are, what deep goals are, and how real people from different parts of the world use these goals to improve their English and move closer to their dreams. Now let's take this knowledge and turn it into something practical for you. In this section, we will teach you how to create your own smart and deep goals step by step. Are you ready? Let's get started.
The very first thing you need to do is take a quiet moment to think about your dream. This is not about what others want for you. This is about what you want from your English journey. Maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe you want to pass an exam like Ielts or TOEFL. Maybe you want to travel and speak with confidence. Or maybe you just want to understand movies and enjoy international books. Whatever it is, write it down. This is your deep goal. It should come from your heart.
Let me help you with a few examples of deep goals. You can say, I want to speak English fluently so I can travel without fear. Or, I want to pass the Ielts test and study abroad. Or, I want to use English to work in an international company and give my family a better future. Deep goals are emotional. They are connected to your identity and your big dreams. They are not always clear or perfect, and that's okay. What matters most is that they are meaningful to you.
Now, after writing your deep goal, you will need to break it down into smaller steps. This is where SMART goals come in. SMART is an acronym. Let's go over it again. S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for relevant, and T is for time-bound. These 5 letters will help you build a clear and simple plan. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to follow this method slowly and with patience. Let's take it step by step together.
Let's start with S, specific. Your goal should be clear, not general. Instead of saying, I want to improve my English, you can say, I want to improve my English speaking skills so I can have better conversations when I travel. Being specific helps your brain focus. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want to improve? Is it listening, speaking, writing, vocabulary? Pick one thing, write it down. This is the first step to building a powerful, SMART goal.
Next is M, measurable. You need a way to measure your progress. Think of it like this. How will you know if you are improving? For example, if your goal is to learn new vocabulary, you can measure it by saying, I will learn 10 new words every week. If your goal is to speak more confidently, you might say, I will practice speaking for 10 minutes every morning. These small numbers help you track your growth. Measuring progress also makes you feel proud and motivated.
Now we come to A, achievable. Your goal should be possible for you. Don't try to do too much too fast. If you say, I will study English for 5 hours every day, but you only have 30 minutes, then the goal will make you feel stressed and disappointed. A better goal might be, I will study English for 20 minutes after dinner every day. This is simple, realistic, and much more effective. Remember, success comes from doing small things consistently, not big things once in a while.
The next part is R, relevant. Your goal should match your deep goal. If your dream is to work in an international company, then it makes sense to learn business English, email writing, and speaking in meetings. If your goal is to travel, then focus more on conversations, directions, and airport vocabulary. Make sure the smaller SMART goals are directly related to your big dream. This will help you stay focused and not waste time on things that don't move you forward.
And finally, we have T, time-bound. Your goal should have a clear deadline. This adds a little pressure and helps you stay on track. You can say, I will finish one English grammar book by the end of next month, or I will watch 3 English movies with subtitles this week. Setting a time limit helps your mind stay alert. Without a time limit, we usually say, I'll do it later, and then never do it. Be kind to yourself, but also set clear time frames.
Let's put it all together now. Imagine your deep goal is, I want to speak English fluently to travel confidently. Now, let's create a SMART goal. Here's an example. I will practice speaking English for 15 minutes every day using a language exchange app for the next 30 days. This goal is specific, speaking, measurable, 15 minutes, achievable, just 15 minutes daily, relevant, focused on travel conversations, and time-bound, 30 days. That's a perfect SMART goal.
Let's try one more example. Let's say your deep goal is, I want to get a high score on the TOEFL test to study in the US. Your SMART goal might be, I will complete 1 reading practice test every Tuesday and review the answers on Wednesday for the next 6 weeks. Again, this goal is specific, TOEFL reading, measurable, 1 test per week, achievable, once a week, relevant, connected to the test, and time-bound, 6 weeks. This kind of goal will help you move step by step.
Now, we want you to pause for a moment and try it yourself. Think about your deep goal. Ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? What dream is waiting for me at the end of this journey? Close your eyes. Imagine your future self speaking English with confidence. See yourself in your dream situation. Now open your eyes and write that dream down. That is your deep goal. Keep it somewhere safe. Maybe on your wall. Maybe in your phone. Look at it every day.
Next, take your deep goal and break it into small, SMART goals. Try writing 1 goal for speaking, 1 for listening, and 1 for vocabulary. Start small. You don't need 5 goals at once. Even 1 good goal is a strong beginning. Make sure it's SMART. Write it down, then take action. Don't wait for a perfect day. The best time to start is now. And remember, it's okay to adjust your goals as you learn. You are growing. You are learning. You are doing something amazing.
Before we end this section, we want to remind you of something very important. You are not in a race. You don't have to learn faster than anyone else. You don't have to be perfect. All you need is to take 1 small step every day. Your deep goal will keep your heart inspired. Your SMART goals will keep your feet moving. Together they will carry you towards success. Just like Maria, Amir, Aisha, and all the learners we talked about earlier, you can write your own success story.
In the next section of the podcast, we will answer some common questions English learners ask about goals. Questions like, what if I fail? Or, what if I lose motivation? Or, how do I stay consistent? So don't go away. Stay with us as we continue this journey together on the English globe. You're doing great, and we're proud of your progress. Now that you understand how to create SMART goals and how deep goals give you purpose, it's time to talk about something just as important: motivation. You might start strong, full of energy and plans, but after a few days or weeks, life gets busy. You get tired, distracted, or discouraged. So in this part of the podcast, we're going to talk about how to keep your motivation alive, even when learning English feels difficult or slow.
Yes, and let me begin with this simple truth. Motivation is not magic. It doesn't just appear every day. In fact, many successful learners are not always motivated. What they do have is a strong system and healthy habits. So the first strategy to stay motivated is to create a daily routine. Your brain loves patterns. If you study at the same time every day, even for just 15 or 20 minutes, it becomes easier over time. You won't have to think too much. You'll just do it naturally, like brushing your teeth.
That's a great point. And here's the second strategy. Celebrate small wins. Every time you learn 5 new words, understand a new grammar point, or complete a short conversation practice, celebrate it. You don't need a party. Just smile, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, I'm improving. Write down your small successes in a notebook or app. These small wins are like fuel. They give your brain a feeling of progress, and that feeling will make you want to keep going tomorrow.
Another important way to stay motivated is to connect your learning with real life. Don't just study from books. Use English in daily life. Watch a movie without subtitles. Try to order food in English. Leave a comment on a YouTube video. Write a message to an online friend. When you see that English helps you communicate in the real world, your motivation will grow stronger. English will stop feeling like a school subject and start feeling like a powerful life skill.
That brings us to another strategy. Track your progress visually. Use a calendar, a notebook, or an app. Every time you study, mark it with a check. If you studied 5 days in a row, give yourself a gold star. These marks may look small, but they create something called a streak. And once you see 10 or 20 days in a row, you won't want to break that streak. It becomes a fun challenge, and it's a great way to stay motivated even when you're tired or busy.
Yes, and let's not forget one of the most powerful ways to stay on track: finding a community. Learning English alone is possible, but it's much easier with support. Join an online group, find a language partner, follow English learning channels, or talk to a friend who is also learning. When you share your goals with others, you feel more responsible and more encouraged. You realize that you are not alone. Many people just like you are working hard to learn English.
Also, please don't be afraid to change your methods if something is not working. Some learners love textbooks, others prefer apps, songs, or podcasts. If you feel bored, it's okay to try something new. Motivation often dies when things feel too difficult or too boring. So mix it up. Try shadowing a TV show one day and doing a grammar quiz the next. Write a short story or record yourself talking about your day. Keep it interesting. Learning can be fun, and fun builds motivation.
And now let's talk about one of the hardest parts of the journey: bad days. Everyone has them. Days when you feel like giving up. Days when you can't remember anything. Days when you think, maybe I'm not good at this. But here's the truth. Those bad days are part of the process. You're not failing. You're just growing. Growth is not always comfortable. So instead of giving up, take a short break. Breathe. Then come back. One bad day doesn't mean a bad future.
That's powerful, Julia. And here's another tool. Remember your deep goal. We talked about this before. When you feel lost or tired, look at your deep goal again. Read it out loud. Imagine your future self speaking English with confidence. Picture yourself at that job interview, that university, that vacation, that international meeting. Feel the excitement. That image is your reason. That reason is stronger than any obstacle. Keep it close to your heart.
Here's one more piece of advice. Be kind to yourself. Sometimes we speak to ourselves with too much pressure. We say, "Why am I so slow?" Or, "Why can't I remember this word?" Imagine if your friend said that to you. How would you feel? So instead, be your own best friend. Say, "I'm doing my best." Say, "I'm learning, and that's enough today." This kindness will keep your heart calm and your motivation alive. Learning a language is a long journey, and being kind helps you enjoy it more.
Before we finish this section, let's quickly review the 8 motivation tips we shared today. Create a daily study routine. Celebrate small wins. Connect English to real life. Track your progress visually. Find a learning community. Change your method if needed. Accept bad days as part of the journey. Always return to your deep goal. If you follow even 3 or 4 of these tips, you'll notice a big change in your energy and mindset.
Yes, and remember, motivation is not something you find once and keep forever. It's something you build again and again, like brushing your teeth or eating healthy. It's about creating a life where learning English fits naturally. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up, day by day, word by word, step by step. And when you look back after 1 month or 6 months, you'll be amazed at how far you've come.
So keep going. You are stronger than you think. You are not alone, and your English goals are possible. In our next section, we'll answer some questions from English learners around the world, people just like you. We'll talk about how to stay focused when you're busy, what to do when you feel stuck, and how to stay positive during your learning journey. So stay with us, and let's keep learning together here on the English Globe. Hello again, everyone. We're so happy you're still with us. In this part of the podcast, Julia and I are going to answer some of the most common questions we receive from English learners all over the world. These are real questions that many of you ask every day, and we believe the answers can help you stay focused, stay encouraged, and continue growing step by step on your English learning journey.
That's right, Adam. Let's begin with the first question, which is very common. I'm very busy with school, work, and family. How can I still improve my English? This is a challenge that many learners face, but the good news is, you don't need hours every day. Even 10 to 15 minutes can make a big difference if you're consistent. Try to connect English with your daily routine. Listen to English while brushing your teeth, doing the dishes, or walking to work or school.
That's a smart idea, Julia. Also, instead of thinking, I don't have time, ask yourself, how can I use the small time I do have? You can learn one new word while eating lunch, or read a short English message while waiting in line. If you do this every day, it adds up. Think of English as something you live with, not just something you study. This shift in thinking can help busy learners feel less pressure and more progress over time.
Here's another great question from a learner. I feel shy when speaking English. How can I become more confident? First, remember this. Almost everyone feels shy in the beginning. It's completely normal. You are not alone. Second, confidence comes with practice. Start small. Try speaking to yourself in the mirror. Describe your day. Ask questions and answer them out loud. Little by little, you will build confidence, just like building muscles in the gym.
Yes, and you can also try recording your voice. Choose a simple topic, like your favorite food or your weekend plans, and speak for 1 minute. Then listen to your recording. Don't judge yourself. Just notice what you did well. Over time, these voice recordings become powerful proof that you are improving. And when you finally speak with someone else in English, you'll feel more ready, because you've already been practicing in a safe way.
Another common question is, how can I remember new words and not forget them so quickly? That's a big one. Many learners struggle with this. The answer is repetition and usage. Don't just look at the word once. Try to see it, say it, write it, and use it in a sentence. If possible, try to use the word in your daily life. The more ways you touch a word, the more likely it will stay in your memory. Also, reviewing is more important than just learning new words every day.
And let's not forget about flashcards or apps like Anki or Quizlet. These tools use spaced repetition, which means they show you words right before you forget them. It's a smart way to make your memory stronger. But remember, memorizing alone is not enough. You must use the words, speak them, write them, hear them in real life. That's what makes vocabulary real and useful in your mind.
Here's a very emotional question. Sometimes I feel like I'm not making progress. What should I do? This feeling is very common, and it can be discouraging. But here's the truth. Learning a language is like growing a plant. You water it every day, but you don't see results right away. Then, one day, suddenly it starts growing. So don't trust your emotions too much. Trust your habits. If you are showing up, you are making progress, even if you can't see it yet.
That's so true, Julia. And sometimes, when you feel stuck, it's helpful to look back. Read something you wrote 2 months ago. Listen to a recording from when you first started. You'll be surprised at how far you've come. Comparing yourself to others can make you feel small. But comparing yourself to your past self can give you the motivation to keep going. You are your best competitor, and your progress is your personal victory.
Another helpful tip is to change your environment a little. If you always study alone in your room, try studying at a library or a park. If you always listen to podcasts, try a YouTube video. If you always do grammar, try storytelling. A small change can make your brain feel fresh again. Boredom is one reason learners feel stuck. So, changing your study style from time to time can really help bring back your energy.
This next question is very simple but powerful. How do I stay positive when English feels hard? First, remember that feeling frustrated is part of learning. It's not a sign to stop. It's a sign to slow down and breathe. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker had moments of doubt. What kept them going was not perfection. It was patience. Be kind to yourself. You are learning a skill that opens the world to you. That's something to be proud of.
Absolutely. And also surround yourself with positive voices. Follow English teachers or learners online who encourage and inspire you. Listen to podcasts like this one. Read motivational quotes. Talk to friends who support your journey. Protect your mindset like a precious treasure. A strong and positive mind can carry you even through difficult days. You're not just learning English, you're becoming stronger as a person too.
We also received this question. Should I focus on grammar or speaking first? The answer depends on your goal, but in general, it's best to learn both slowly and together. You don't need perfect grammar to start speaking. Speak with the grammar you know. Then, improve little by little. Many learners wait too long to speak because they want to be perfect. But remember, speaking is also practice. You improve grammar through speaking, not just before it.
That's so important. And here's another. I compare myself to other learners and feel like I'm too slow. What should I do? First, take a deep breath. Your English journey is your own. Maybe you work full-time. Maybe you care for a family. Maybe you started later. Everyone's path is different. So instead of saying, I'm too slow, say, I'm still going. And that's what matters. Even if you learn one word today, you're one step closer to your goal.
Let's end this section with one final question. Can I really become fluent in English, or is it only for very smart people? This is such an important question. And the answer is yes. You don't need to be a genius to speak English. You need to be consistent. You need to keep going. Fluency is not magic. It's a result of small daily efforts. If you keep showing up, you will surprise yourself. Many people with no special talent became fluent just by not giving up.
So to all our listeners today, whatever your question is, whatever your struggle is, know that you are not alone. Many others are feeling the same thing. And the good news is, you can overcome it. With support, with smart techniques, and with a strong heart, you can become the English speaker you dream of. Stay curious, stay patient, stay proud, because your journey matters.
We hope this Q&A section gave you some answers, comfort, and ideas. If you have more questions, feel free to send them to us. In the next part of our podcast, we'll dive into a special topic: how to mix SMART goals and deep goals together in your English plan. It's going to be powerful. So stay with us, and let's keep learning together on the English globe. Now that we've answered some common questions, it's time to explore an exciting topic: how to combine SMART goals and deep goals to create a powerful English learning plan. Both types of goals have strengths, and when you use them together, you can get the best results. Think of SMART goals as your roadmap and deep goals as your fuel. Together, they help you move forward with clarity and passion.
Exactly, Adam. SMART goals are very useful because they give you clear, specific steps. For example, if you say, I want to learn 20 new English words this week, that's a SMART goal. It's measurable and time-bound. You can easily check your progress. But sometimes focusing only on SMART goals can feel like following a list without heart. This is where deep goals come in. They remind you why you want to learn English in the first place, like talking to your family, traveling, or finding a better job.
Right, Julia. When you combine these two, you can set daily SMART goals that connect to your deeper motivation. For example, if your deep goal is to speak fluently to make new friends, your SMART goal might be to practice speaking English for 15 minutes every day. The SMART goal keeps you on track with practical steps, and the deep goal keeps your passion alive, so you don't lose motivation when things get difficult.
And this combination also helps with balance. Sometimes, if you only focus on deep goals, it can feel overwhelming because the goals are very big and emotional. You might say, I want to be fluent, but it's hard to know what to do every day. On the other hand, if you only follow SMART goals without a deeper purpose, you might lose interest. By linking the two, you can make your daily tasks meaningful and keep moving forward with energy and focus.
Another great thing about combining SMART and deep goals is that it helps you stay flexible. Life can be busy, and sometimes your plans might need to change. If your goal is just to study grammar for 1 hour every day, it might feel frustrating if you miss a day. But if your deep goal is to enjoy learning English and connect with others, you can find different ways to keep going. Maybe one day you watch a movie in English instead of studying grammar. This flexibility keeps you motivated over time.
That's a really good point. Also, combining these goals helps you celebrate progress in small and big ways. SMART goals give you clear checkpoints like, I learned 20 new words, or I finished a lesson. Deep goals help you celebrate the feelings behind those achievements, like feeling more confident or proud of yourself. Celebrating both the action and the emotion makes learning more rewarding and encourages you to keep going.
Let's talk about how to create your own combined goal plan. First, start by writing your deep goal. Ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? What is my biggest motivation? This might be personal, like helping your family, or professional, like getting a better job. Write this down clearly because this is your why. Next, break this big goal into smaller SMART goals that you can do every day or every week. These could be learning vocabulary, practicing speaking, or listening to a podcast.
Once you have your goals, write them in a notebook or use a phone app. Check your SMART goals every day. When you reach a small goal, remind yourself of your deep goal and why it matters. This keeps your motivation strong. And don't forget to adjust your goals when you need to. If one goal is too hard or too easy, change it. The goal is to keep learning and feeling motivated, not to be perfect.
Another tip is to share your goals with someone you trust. When you tell a friend, family member, or teacher about your goals, you create a support system. They can encourage you, remind you when you feel like giving up, and celebrate your wins with you. Sometimes, just knowing someone else is watching can make a big difference in staying committed.
And remember, it's okay to take breaks. Learning English is a journey, not a race. If you feel tired or overwhelmed, it's better to take a short break than to stop completely. Use your deep goal as a reminder that this journey is important and worth returning to after a rest. Your deep goal is like a lighthouse that guides you even when the sea gets rough.
Before we finish this section, let's give an example. Imagine your deep goal is to travel and speak English confidently with new friends. A SMART goal to support this could be practicing English speaking for 10 minutes every day, learning 5 travel-related phrases each week, and watching a travel video in English once a week. Every time you complete these steps, you are moving closer to your dream, and you can feel proud of yourself.
That example shows how combining the clear steps of SMART goals with the passion of deep goals creates a plan that is both practical and inspiring. We encourage you to try this approach for your English learning. Write your deep goal first, then make your SMART goals and connect them daily. Over time, you will see great progress and feel more joy in your learning.
Thanks for listening, everyone. In our next part, we will discuss some simple exercises and daily habits you can start today to make your English learning easier and more enjoyable. So keep your deep goal close to your heart and your SMART goals in your notebook, and let's continue this exciting journey together on the English globe. We've come to the final part of today's episode, and Julia and I want to leave you with some encouraging thoughts about your English learning journey. Remember, whether you choose to focus on SMART goals, deep goals, or a combination of both, the most important thing is to stay consistent and enjoy the process. Learning English is not just about the destination, it's about the small steps you take every day and the growth you experience along the way.
That's right, Adam. Sometimes the path may feel long or difficult, but every bit of effort counts. Celebrate every new word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every conversation you have in English. These are victories that bring you closer to fluency. Keep your deep goals in your heart to fuel your motivation, and use SMART goals as your guide to stay focused and organized. Together, they make learning both meaningful and manageable.
Also, don't forget to be patient and kind to yourself. Making mistakes is part of learning, and every mistake is a step toward improvement. When you feel frustrated, take a deep breath and remind yourself why you started. Your desire to learn English is powerful, and with that power, you can overcome any challenge. Trust the process and trust yourself.
Before we say goodbye, we want to encourage you to set your next small SMART goal today. It might be learning 5 new words, practicing speaking for 10 minutes, or watching a short English video. Then, connect that goal to your deep motivation. Why learning English matters to you personally. Write these goals down and keep them where you can see them every day. This simple practice will keep your journey strong and full of joy.
Thank you so much for joining us on the English Globe today. We hope this conversation helped you understand SMART goals, deep goals, and how to use both to make your English learning journey successful and enjoyable. Remember, you are capable of amazing progress. Keep going, keep believing, and keep speaking English with confidence.
Yes, thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends who are learning English too. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. We love hearing from you, so send us your questions and stories anytime. Until next time, keep shining bright and keep learning. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode of the English Globe. Keep your goals clear and your heart strong.